Hello, we are so excited to welcome you to the very first Directus Leap Week. We have a truly global community, so wherever and whenever you are, hello. We have a fantastic week lined up. Over the next 5 days, we'll be sharing what's new and upcoming for Directus, and possibly even some teasers of work that's been years in the making. Now, Directus isn't a new project, with the first version built by our CEO and co-founder Ben almost 20 years ago. Directus 9 then completely overhauled the project into what we use today. And earlier this year, we released Directus 10 with a commitment to sustainable open source. There have been over 26 million downloads of Directus, and that's because of the hard work and enthusiasm of our core team, contributors, and community members. In fact, there's now over 10,000 of you in our Discord server and 23,000 stars on our GitHub repository. The last few months have seen us bring live preview to the Directus editor, release Directus Real-Time, and create a brand new SDK with much improved developer experience. Today, we're releasing Directus version 10.7, and to kick it off, we want to introduce content versioning. Content versioning is a huge update to how you and your team author and collaborate in the Directus editor. And I would love to hand it off to Azri to tell you more.
Until now, collaborating on content using Directus hasn't always been the easiest. We have comments and revision history with accountability, but actually collaborating has largely happened off-platform. There was a small risk you would hit save changes after someone else and overwrite work, and there was no good way to work on draft updates and saving without publishing. We've taken great care to build content versioning in the Directus way, being both super powerful while being unobtrusive to your workflow. Rather than talk to you about it, let me show you. Here I have an articles collection where I've enabled content versioning, and this is an item within that particular collection. And here we have a pill or menu, which is the main entry point for us to go into content versioning. Here we can create a new version. I'll call it draft as the key and my draft as the name. Now I'll change the title, add a new cover image. And for the content, I'll just follow it up with add enemies. Here I can save the version and we'll go back here. We can see the main item is not updated at all, but when I view my draft, I can see my latest changes with a new cover image and content. Over here, I can promote the version. When I see the changes, by default, we'll select all of the changes from your new draft. And when I click on the preview tab, we can see what will be the changes that I will be promoting to. And if I would like to keep the same cover image over here, you can see I will go back to the old image. But for the demo purposes, I'll choose true cover image and content to be updated with the title remaining as the same. And when promoting it, we can choose to delete, keep it, and I'll choose to delete it. Now, once promoting, we can see the title remain the same with the cover image and content updated to the new one that I've just added. You can also use our new content versions API to do what we just did in the Data Studio. If you have content versioning enabled on the collection, accessing the item like normal will always get the main version. To get a specific version, use the new version parameter with the key provided when you created the version. And over here, it will be the test. And this data is from the test content version for this particular item. To promote a content version, you have to first create a div, which will return a hash. and provide that hash to the promote endpoint. Content versioning also exposes new events which can be used in Directus Automate. That's both in host extensions and in flows. A cool tip is that once you combine content versioning and live preview, you can view non-published changes in your pages before you sign it off. And that's content versioning. It's been a pleasure to work on this for you, and back to Kevin.
Content versioning was a feature built with our amazing community. It's been in preview for a couple of months, and we've loved having your feedback, implementing many of the suggestions that you've made. You can get your hands on content versioning now by downloading the just released Directus version 10.7, which is now available on NPM and Docker Hub. That wraps up day one of Leap Week. We hope you love where we've landed for content versioning, and there's plenty more to come this week. See you tomorrow.